Types of bonds. A bond is a financial instrument of indebtedness of the bond issuer to the bond holders. Basically, it's an IOU by one entity to the public. We will classify bonds using a rough framework of who, why, where, when, and how. Who? Here we will focus on the different types of issuers. Bonds can be issued by different national governments as treasury bonds, local governments as municipal bonds, and by companies as corporate bonds. Each of these is given a rating by rating agencies like Moody's that reflect their credit worthiness. Why? Entities have different reasons to raise money. In World War II, war bonds were popularized to raise funds for the Allied nations. In Kenya, we have infrastructure bonds which are for the sole purpose of infrastructure. Green bonds are bonds used to finance green projects such as renewable energy. We have bonds meant to repackage other securities such as mortgage-backed securities and collateralized debt obligations, which were the cause of the 2008 subprime mortgage crisis. Where? Do you know why the infamous Eurobond was deemed as such? A Eurobond is an international bond issued that is denominated in a currency not native to the country where it was issued. In the Kenyan case, it was issued in US dollars through the Irish Stock Exchange. We also have Sukuk bonds, which are Sharia-compliant financial instruments common in the Middle East. Samurai bonds are yen-dominated bonds issued in Japan and are reminiscent of the traditional samurai warrior. Other foreign bonds include kangaroo bonds, maple bonds, matador bonds, yankee bonds, and bulldog bonds. It takes little imagination to figure out where these bonds are issued. When? The duration of a bond is referred to as the tenor. Anything under 1 year falls into the money market, hence isn't a bond. 5 to 10 years can be termed as medium-term notes. Bonds can have maturities of up to 30 years. Perpetual bonds are a special class of bonds that were meant to pay out in perpetuity but are rare. How? Here we look at how the coupons are paid. Coupon or interest payments can be fixed like in fixed coupon bonds, steadily increasing like in stepped coupon bonds, or variable like floating coupon bonds that have the interest payments tied to a rate like the LIBOR. Others are linked to the indices like inflation. One such example are the Treasury inflation protected bonds. Zero coupon bonds pay no regular interests, but they are issued at a substantial discount to par value so that the interest is effectively rolled up to maturity. Bonds can be a useful fixed income investment avenue for the risk-averse investor. Abojani.